Welcome back to ICP Strategy. Tim here to break it all down for you. Smash the like, sub to the channel, comment down below. Keep in mind this video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, make your own decisions. And what do we got to talk about? The ICP price starting to go up. Why? Because Bitcoin's starting to go up. All of crypto's starting to go up. Like it or not, everything seems to follow Bitcoin and the general overall sentiment of the market. XRP's going up, Cardano's even going up. Everything that is useless and pointless and just marketing and hype and everything like that is starting to come back to life. And it makes sense. I mean, crypto is all like more valuable than the US dollar because it is limited in supply on some level. I mean, a lot of these cryptos could be used for money. I think ICP is the best. Obviously, you can actually build on it. You can take any of the coins in the altcoin category under ICP. You got Gold DAO, you got Kong Swap, you got Tiger, you got Garfield Coin, which is the one that I'm kind of like trying to establish a position in because the whole supply is only worth like $2,000 or something. So, but you can't just buy it all at once because there's not that much liquidity. Yeah, full disclosure, do not go buy this coin. I'm not advising that by any point, but you can like buy up a good amount of the supply of any of these coins that are listed on ICP Swap and is tradable and liquid. You can also trade it on Oizy Wallet, I suppose, and you can also trade it on Open Chat. You know, if you have a Open Chat set up with a wallet that is attached right to it, that's really convenient. I mean, that's what I love about ICP is it's just like once you log in to whatever DApp you're in, then you're able to trade in and out of it. Everything's liquid, everything works with the blockchain, and all these altcoins, they're going to go up too because they're going to follow the trend that is occurring with, you know, other cryptos. And I mean, some of them will get most of them are rug pulls, but the thing about a rug pull is then after it's been rugged, then you can jump in and buy up a bunch of tokens. You can make a, you know, go and make a DAO out of it. You can build a website around it and use it as like a reward for doing, you know, for participating in whatever thing you want to participate. Like I'm trying to make like a free energy app and like a you know, I don't want to say too much, like a health sort of app, you know, that is a lot of times that type of thing is discouraged on the regular web, but if you build it on ICP, it can't be shut down. It's decentralized. So you build it, they will come, and no one can shut it down, no one can censor it, no one can cancel you, no one can delete you, and depending on how it's structured, you know, I don't know what they can really do to like shut down a Web3 website or app that is doing positive things for the world, but might get in the way of some of these other, you know, economies of, you know, the industrial complexes of the world as such, that if you know what I'm talking about. But that's what you can do. And there's cryptos that are available that are on sale, and you can buy like half the supply. Of course, the liquidity is so low when, you know, the market cap of these small cryptos are only in the thousands. So when you go to swap it, it'll be like, oh, are you sure you want to make this swap? You're losing 30%. Well, that probably stops a lot of people from doing it because they're like, wait a minute, no, I'm losing 30% on this swap. Yeah, but that pumps the price up so much because you just bought like a huge amount of the available supply. So you'll see the chart instantly shoot up like 20% or 30% or whatever, even though the swap tells you that you're losing a huge percentage on that swap based on the current price. But that current price is kind of irrelevant if you're stepping in and buying it up, because that eliminates the supply. Therefore, the price is, based on, what you're paying for it compared to the ICP price. So it's kind of confusing in that way, but don't let that stop you. And obviously, I wouldn't recommend any altcoin, or I wouldn't recommend anything. I'm just telling you what you could potentially do if you decided to do that and you were wanting to get your hands on a huge supply, even, a majority supply of one of these cryptos that's already vested. Once it's vested and there's at least some activity, then it'll be listed on icptoken.net, I think it's called. It'll be available for trade on ICP Swap and OpenChat and everything like that. So what I'm saying is, on ICP, you can actually build. And if you've used caffeine, if you've worked within the NNS and the SNS or whatever, all these different programs involved with ICP, you understand that. If you're staking on the network, then you know that you can actually do that. What can you do with these other tokens? Not a whole lot. I mean, I guess Solana has Phantom Wallet, so you can swap meme coins. Cosmos, you can stake and get pretty good rewards, but then, it doesn't, there's like no function. Same thing with pretty much every other coin. Like, what do they actually do? Like, I've used ICP because I've built stuff on caffeine. No, it's not perfect. As you probably know, we've seen, a lot of other things. Most of us are using AI a lot. I'm starting to use it even more because it's pretty amazing. But that's going to advance further and further and get even better and get better at deploying apps. And it already is really good, but really like more complex things, games and websites where you can market stuff and different things like that. And it's going to continue to advance, and then you're going to build whole entire businesses on Web3 that it's up to you what you're doing with that, because like I said, it can't be infiltrated by outside parties that might not agree with what you're doing. So that's ICP for you. And how does that get reflected in the price? Well, like I said, all of these cryptos are going to follow Bitcoin, because that's just kind of how it always works. You see Bitcoin pump, and then all of a sudden, some might not like pump as much as others, but some go up more, some the same, maybe some a little less, or some might go down depending on what it is. But ICP has a devout following. We are committed. We know what's going on. We have, the sentiment. We have the conviction, unlike any other community, because we've seen it in use. We've seen the power of this network. We know what's going on with Dom and the whole team working on this, the engineers, the scientists, the cryptographers. Now all they need is, they're already partnering with, Pakistan, Switzerland, who knows what they're doing behind the scenes. They're not just trying to pump to retail buyers. That's not the whole thing. They're trying to actually use this with big institutions, companies, funds, anyone that wants secure data and secure websites and dApps and apps and businesses, and they want to restructure within the ICP blockchain. And that's like you can imagine, one big company or one really wealthy individual that comes along and sees the potential in this and starts buying. The price, I don't know what's going to happen with the price. Just to be clear, I can't tell you what to do or what is the future holds, but we've seen what happens when the volume spikes and it starts pumping like it did a year ago. It's just about due for another big pump. And I feel like the 4-year cycle, I guess, played out. I hate to admit it, because I didn't think it was gonna, I thought we were due for a huge blow off top in 2025. We didn't really get that. We didn't get an altcoin season. But if you look back, the altcoin season actually happened in 2023, 2 years after the bear market instead of 4. Bitcoin peaked in 2025, but we had big altcoin run-ups 2 years before that. So maybe altcoins are a midterm cycle or something, because they're not based on the 4-year cycle exactly. So that, I feel like it might be a midterm thing for altcoins. So therefore 2027 might be a huge opportunity for altcoins to pump, and 2027 might be the year for ICP, where we see $100 ICP. Maybe we might see $100 ICP. I think that's actually realistic. Because you already have the community that is convinced and convicted. Not convicted. We have conviction. Does that mean we're convicted? It doesn't sound right. We're not convicted, though. We're not convicts. Are we ICP convicts? Maybe we're convicts of ICP. Maybe that's what our community should be called. That's pretty good. Yeah, we're the ICP convicts. But yeah, so just think about it. $100 ICP in 2027. Now that sounds realistic. Bitcoin has already bottomed out, basically. I don't think we're going to see it dip below 60 anymore. I think sub 60 Bitcoin is gone. That's over. That's done. We're not going to see sub 60K Bitcoin. I think that it's been a year since it topped out, isn't it? It basically topped out over a year ago. It always bottoms out exactly a year after the peak. And then everything kind of gets front run. And then it's going to start going up. It's going to go up a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. We hit 100. Okay, no big deal. Keep going up a little more. 2027 rolls around. It comes out of nowhere. We've seen it happen before. We see these pumps. Okay? It happens. Money floods into the market, and then retail floods in. Retail doesn't come back until prices are up. So let's position accordingly, whatever that means to you. Anyway, keep that in mind. I think we've figured some things out here today. All right. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment what you think is going to happen next year, or if you think it's sooner or later or not at all. And then, we'll see you on the next one.